Team Angie, team member Aaron Glenn, private personal consultant, also advocate for mental health awareness as well. And I'm all about energy, all about vibes, all about positive energy and vibes, putting out positive vibes into the universe. Each video, each live broadcast is what I do for each day of the year, reading from my book of inspiration written by Sarah Young. Enjoying peace in his presence, Jesus calling. Today is a inspirational word for November the 24th, Monday, 2025. Idle minds, dangers of drifting. Ran a live video a couple days ago. Um, was all talking about the same thing, the power of awareness, right? And this all ties in with mental health awareness. Why it's important to be mindful. Why it's important to be aware. Why it's important to guard your thoughts. Why I talk about these things. Why is it even important to think about these things? I'm gonna show you a short clip from a someone else's perspective of a video I played, and I'm pretty proud of the people that I follow on YouTube. We all have similar minds. We all tapped into a similar conscious, and it's no coincidence. The topics we talk about, the awareness videos that we share with each other, that we put out into the universe, we tap in, we elevate higher together, higher learning, and the subject never changes, the topic never changes, the direction never changes. It's never a distraction. Everything is about spirituality and how to guard yourself, how to be powerful, how to be equipped, how to be aware of the dangers and the traps that the enemy has set before us. And who is the enemy? How do you know what to look for, the signs and symbols of the enemy? How to have discernment, how to have more clairvoyance, how to know these things, right? We'll get into that, and we'll get into her point of view exactly of what I was talking about and thinking about as far as a conversation with the devil. This was a book written by Napoleon Hill. I call it a conversation with the devil, but it's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, and it's basically his shadow self, his darker side, basically having a conversation with himself, is an inner monologue, and the devil basically telling how he control the minds of people, the tactics that he used, and how easy it is to get inside the minds of people and have them to do his will, to become the strings of his puppets, right? But anyway, nevertheless, before we get into that, peace and blessings, and thanks for tuning in. And if you like this type of content, spirituality, motivational, inspirational, and educational videos about how to make money online and how to have a peace of mind guarding your mind, tips and tools for managing stress and anxiety, mental health awareness, that's what this videos is about. My catalog, got bench watch. It's a lot of tips and tools in there. Also for the free blog, that's what I write those about. Just dropped one yesterday. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, you can grab that right now today by typing in your email below, and you'll get a free newsletter and also the free blueprint on how to be your own boss, making money online with our live mentorship, earn while you learn programs. What I have is educational course, master resale rights, and yeah, I'll show you guys that in a bit. Turning passions into profit is what I do. Learning high income earning skills, a 2 hour workday. Thankfulness takes the sting out of adversity. That is why I have instructed you to give thanks for everything within this season of Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for? That's a question I'm asking to you guys. There is an element of mystery in this transaction. You give me thanks regardless of your feelings, and I give you joy regardless of your circumstances. This is a spiritual act of obedience and at times blind obedience. To people who don't know me intimately, it can seem irrational and even impossible to thank me for heartache and hardships. Nevertheless, those who obey me in this way are invariably blessed, even through difficulties may remain, even though difficulties may remain. Thankfulness opens your heart to my presence and your mind to my thoughts. You may still be in the same place with the same set of circumstances, but if as a A light has been switched on, enabling you to see from my perspective. It is the light of my presence that removes the stain from adversity. And this was inspired from the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 20. Also, this inspirational word for the day was inspired from the book of Psalms, chapter 118, verse 1. And last but never the least, also the book of Psalms, chapter 89, verse 15. That is the word for today of November the 24th. Thankfulness opens your heart to my presence and your mind to my thoughts. I spend time enjoying peace in his presence when Jesus is calling me to do so because I'm able to see from his point of view and I'm able to realize that I am empowered. I am more than a conqueror through Christ who strengthens me. I'm not here to convert anybody or anything. I'm just sharing my power with you all, my peace with you all. May this reading be a blessing to the hearers and the doers of his word. And nevertheless, for those of you who want some motivation for mental health awareness, this is a powerful clip that I want to share with you all from a person I look at on YouTube that's has similar topics, subjects that we talk about. And again, that book that I read from, well, it's an audio book. I didn't read it. We just listened to it. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Y Buggy podcast. And I'm just sharing a short clip of what I've shared on my live previously, and he's doing a similar thing, which I really appreciate. And you can hear a point of view from someone else through TikTok. I'm just going to play her clip, and then we're going to move forward. But yeah, make sure y'all like and subscribe to him on TY Buggy podcast. He pretty dope. He be about mental health awareness. He don't say it, but the stuff he talk about is mental health awareness, and it helps you have peace of mind and be more than a conqueror in life. He also is an entrepreneur, turning passions into profits. He has different business ideas as well.
Enemies. Is that right? It is not right, but it is correct.
He said that's right, but it's correct. And I made
What was just said was this: Napoleon Hill having a conversation with the devil, having an interview. Nevertheless, he asked the devil. He said, "So, um, people that don't think for themselves, those are the people that you can control. Is that right?" He said, he said, "Is that correct?" And he was like, "It's not right, it's correct," or something like that. So,
And then began a battle on my part to remain in control. So well by myself, having lost only 2% of the people. Men who think are your enemies. Is that right?
into what they're telling you to think. You've all been told what we've all been told came out the womb. Now become aware that you've been told what to think. Now become aware of what you're
that's what mental health awareness is about. Able to have control of the thoughts that you think, being able to have control in the moment to be aware, to be aware of what you're thinking. It's your the thoughts go, the attention goes, and the energy goes as well. If you're drained day to day, you can't seem to have any peace or any energy to chase after your dreams. It's because you entertain too many thoughts that doesn't align with who you want to, and etc. Right, vice versa. Not saying that you don't need to take time to rest because it is essential. And you have to abide by the laws of the universe. You can't just run off straight motivation and inspiration and don't think that you need to take a break. Rest is important. Even God took a break from creating this world and universe. Anyway, nevertheless, right? Are these thoughts that you're thinking about even your thoughts? That was a powerful question. Maybe you slipped through, but yeah, I had to repeat that one. Like, are these thoughts that you're thinking about even your thoughts? We all have temptations throughout the day, things that get us to slowly but surely drift away. And what I mean by drifting away is drifting into feeding appetites that doesn't serve us, appetites that leads to bad habits, habits that keeps us chasing these desires and keep us distracted from actually living the life that we desire. And what am I talking about? What do I mean by bad habits, right? By drifting off, by paying attention to sudden simple little things. Your spirit is telling you you want to be healthy, you want to live healthy, you want to start switching up a diet, you want to be mindful of that. These are your thoughts. This is what's really inside of the core of who you are. But nevertheless, throughout the day, signs and symbols, thoughts of the mind, these signs are yellow, red, blue. It's getting you to think about McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. And you're like, I said I was going to stay away from fast food. It's not a part of who I am, who I want my diet to be. And also, why you start to block that, those symbols and signs that's speaking to your subconscious mind that are trying to send you a message, and you're blocking that because this is another battle of the mind, the subliminal signs and symbols that you will see throughout the day and not be aware of these messages that they're sending to your mind. Next comes the voices. The hey, you could go ahead and eat some candy today because it's a sweet, it's something pleasurable, and it's what you need right now because people are getting on your nerves. And this diet thing is, it's been 4 hours of the day and it just seems like it's too much. Just give yourself a break, right? The store is right down the street. You got some EDT. You don't even have to spend your own money. And these are the voices, these are the second things that don't align with your true core values and goals. And this is about being aware. This is what awareness is about. First, the signs and symbols, and now these thoughts that are your thoughts that are getting you to break down, that's getting you to start to drift, to getting you to start to give up your free will, your ability to think for yourself, your ability to say no, which is powerful. Let your no be no, your yes be yes, and that be that. So many people don't know how to say no because they're so busy pleasing people. They're people pleasers. And they drain themselves by doing this throughout the day. This is another way that people drift. Um, Back to this, right? So once you start recognizing and realizing that these thoughts, these symbols, these things are coming to distract me, these things are in alignment with who I want to be, these things are in alignment with the reality that I desire to experience. So therefore, where the mind goes, the attention goes, and the energy goes as well. Just because you have those thoughts doesn't mean anything. But what does matter is what you pay attention to, because just like you have these negative thoughts, you can reverse that and replace that with something positive, and therefore you will shut this down. And where the as well, meaning the more you pay attention to it, the more time you spend uh, trying to resolve these thoughts that are aligning with who you want to be. Therefore, you have just planted it more into that seed, right? These are two seeds: the thoughts, the negative, the positive. Whichever one you decide to pay attention on more, that's where you decide to put energy into growing, and you're flowering and watering and nurturing that seed. Even with procrastination, right? This is another way that people gets to drift. And that was a multiple ways, right? But ultimately, procrastination comes from different vices like smoking, different diets, right? Different foods you eat drains your energy. It makes you not be able to have energized energy to take action, right? So a lot of people don't take action, and they don't think that none of these things has anything to do with it because, like I say, there are subtle signs and symbols that come to get you to chase these pleasures, which become a habit, right? And these are bad habits. It takes a while to do it, but the laws of the universe, like I was talking about, circadian rhythm, right? This is a law of the universe that sets things into stone, set it into repetition, set it into habit, right? Circadian rhythm is this: you do something multiple times, now you don't have to do it anymore because now it's a habit, it's a rhythm, it's a fixed rhythm, right? Um, like a jogger, you would run down the block. You do this for 3 days. Now the fourth day, you just up and doing it. You ain't even thinking about it. Now you just doing it. It's just a, a new thing that you can do. That's how they start doing it. Even with smokers, right? The more you do it, the more it becomes a habit, the more it becomes a solid thing that you will have to either break or carry on with. That's why drug addicts, it's hard to get out of that rhythm that they've set themselves into because they kept on basically not saying no, having that mind control and not thinking themselves. It's hard to even think for yourselves once you so gone and drifted off. It's like a whirlwind. You throw a leaf in a, or if you fish, you could throw a rod in the sea. But if you don't have it attached to something with purpose, it's going to drift and end up wherever it ends up. And whatever gets to it, just gets it. And those who drift along, they get what they can get. But those who have intention and purpose, they don't just accept anything in life. They go for what they want and they don't accept what they do not want. They do not make excuses. This book, Outwitting the Devil, was very powerful. It sounds crazy and creepy or whatever, right? But subliminally, it's about what you get from it. It's about a diversity. These powers that be. The spiritual realm is about energy. They don't care about money. They don't care about food. They don't care about these things that we chase and desire day in and day out. They have patience, plenty of patience. They have eternity to do what they please and as they desire. We're walking cups of water with the top off, and we're liable to get filled with the Holy Spirit or the negative spirit, depending on what you're filling your cup with, where your mind, your attention is going into, what you're filling yourself up with. You have to be mindful with thinking about. Some of these thoughts that would drain you and fill you and contaminate, it's tainted, right? It's tainted now. You have to refresh yourself. You'll have to spend a little time re-energizing. That's what I do from time to time, day to day. My pursuit of happiness embarks on me spending time reading God's word and refreshing my mind so that I can see differently, think differently, and be renewed in the mind. Being holy is being set apart. It's nothing about what you may think it is, like as far as some miraculous change in life. It's just basically saying no to the worldly things because the world is a fallen place. The blind is leading the blind. It's a wide open road to be just like this world. It's a big red flag whenever you align yourself and your thoughts with the world. To be set apart is to be different, to dare to be different, to dare to say no to drugs. This book was about the dangers of pleasing people and not having definite purpose in life, not having any direction. It was talking about the devices we use to destroy ourselves. And the energies that I was talking about, that these spirits know and that this world is spiritual and that the world rotates and operates in a spiritual sense. And for those of you who are mindful, you can know how to be powerful within the spirit and you could fight these battles. One major thing was about alcoholism and how they use these spirits to get in. This is how we open ourselves and allow ourselves to be used by negative spirits or positive spirits, right? Especially on a Friday and Saturday. Days matter of the week, but certain spirits do certain things, just like people know about money rituals or whatever, right? Whatever type of stuff you tap into, it's not what you're doing, but it's how you're doing it. It's not the thing that's evil, but it's the intentions of the person who does it. Just like power, right? Power is not an evil thing to have. Power is not a bad thing to have. It's who is in power and how they use it. So a lot of stuff they like to deem demonic and all of this and that because people don't have the understanding of what it truly is and what you can do with these things. That's why a lot of people don't pray because they don't really truly understand this ritual and how to tap into the spiritual world. And they don't really realize that their spirits are, I mean, their prayers are answered. You go into prayer doubtful, your prayer is answered. You didn't believe that it was really going to truly happen, and therefore it really truly didn't happen. This is the power of manifestation as well for those who know how to pray and make these things happen, and they pray with intention. And this is the way that they do it. This is the only difference, right? Faith without works is dead, meaning You hungry, you want a sandwich, you got peanut butter, jelly, bread, knife, plate, everything that you need. But you don't have the willpower to go make that happen. You were just sitting praying like, Lord, oh, bring some manna bread down and put it in my mouth, which I know you ain't going to do, but whatever, I'm going to pray for it anyway. I have hope. The prayer doesn't work. And people do these things, right? When in reality, you have what you need. You're wasting your time, your energy, even trying to play with this spiritual world and this ritual and this type of stuff like that, right? So therefore, in your mind, it doesn't work. And this is a battle of the enemy. This is how he gets people to lose faith. Faith is a major key of a valuable asset to have in life, besides money, besides material things, clothes, cars, whatever, right? Faith is a thing that can allow you to have the desires that you desire, live the reality that you desire, and be in flow with the universe. Not out here chasing after things, not out here wishing it, praying for things that don't work out for you, but actually aligning yourself and using prayer as a power tool to make these things come into fruition and manifest them in the timing when the timing is right for you and your journey. A testimony is just somebody who doesn't give up, somebody who's failed before and know the power of persistence. This is someone who's using their mind and who's moving with attention and living on purpose. That's the only difference. When you find something that you love, you get started. You put away the things that don't align with your dreams and goals, and you keep going. You got to continuously guard your mind throughout the day. Pardon me. I smoke, so my voice is a little dry right now. I'm a little parched. And I got ice in here. I almost just swallowed one whole. I got some herbal tea. It tastes really good. I like it cold. I put ice in here, put water in here, put sugar in, then I put the thing on top, let it sit. Shake it up a bit. And it's the bomb, baby. This is some lemon herbal tea. It's real good. And I'm smoking on some grape soda pre-roll. But anyway, right? It's something that I battle with as far as being sober minded and thinking about like what I could really do as far as creating the desires in my heart, creating a life that's purposeful, creating a life that's blessing me and being able to overflow to bless others. Like spending time creating art. I love art. God bless me with this talent and skill. And one thing I've learned from this journey with Team Angie, we started 3 years ago, just celebrated 3 year anniversary, September the 22nd. But nevertheless, right, when you learning stuff, if you don't use it, you lose it. I was practicing Spanish not by desire but necessity. I had to have this language down pat because of the situation I was living in, the people I was around. It was what it is. You either adapt and adjust to the changes, or you allow these changes to negatively affect your life. But anyway, I'm a type of person that's strong minded, strong willed, and I adjust accordingly. So I picked up Spanish and I was learning it for free. I learned from this chick that taught me a little bit. And what's crazy about this, like I don't look at color or whatever, but these two white girls um, was teaching me Spanish. The first one, the first time around, I didn't think much about it. She called me Bobo or whatever, and we had a little nice relationship. And that was the first time my point of view was like, okay, maybe I should pick up a different culture, a different language, whatever. Right? Fast forward a few years later, here I am again, a different white girl. You can learn how to speak Spanish by using this, woo, 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 and we play and practice a little bit or whatever. And then on my journey with that, I was practicing. I still practice from time to time, but not using it, not being persistent. I tend to forget simple words. And even with English, right? It's like, whoa, I didn't think that adjusting my mind to different cultures, different languages would um, basically shuffle my mind and make me forget words from other languages and other cultures. Yesterday, I was speaking, practicing Arabic. Saquana Athan was I was saying thank you and you welcome, and I forgot how to say some simple things, but anyway, nevertheless, right? The long story short is practice. You have to utilize what you practice, so therefore you never lose what you practice. You don't use, you lose it. Just even with my gifts of drawing, I always look at art. I keep art a part of my daily life, whether I'm drawing or not. But I'm practicing different skills through other people's methods and techniques, and I'm proud of that. I was just looking at some of my NFTs I created the other day, just really turning it up, raising the bar, turning my art digital, not only digital but animating it as well. I'm really proud of my work. But not only that, it's what God gave me, and I was able to evolve it and advance it and do more. So I'm just looking back over my life and all of the other things that I enjoy that I can advance and evolve and, you know, continuously practice so that I can have so many tools in my arsenal to use just to have peace of mind. Because it's not about what I accomplish, my accolades in life. It's about the journey along the way. It's about the peace along the way, the lives that I positively can impact. Somebody may be able to use this light and finally give themselves a chance and go after their dreams and be able to break these generational curses and start to move forward with purpose and power, right? um, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but I give myself time to fail. I give myself room to grow. And the way that I self talk to myself is very necessary. I don't always beat myself up on my inadequacies and my trying to use some big words. I can't even think of the word. Whatever, right? I talk to myself the way that I'm supposed to. I'm honest with myself nevertheless, and accountable. I know I'm not going to make the right decision every time. Therefore, sometimes I sink with my ship. But while I'm sitting there able to think about what can do better, what went wrong, what way to pivot, which way to adjust. I mean, how to adjust, so forth and so on, right? And then after a while, it's like, wow, this little thing was a problem. I forgot that that was even a situation, because you embark on different things, you level up, you start to gain more knowledge, you start to gain more experience. And knowledge is just this. Knowledge is knowing what to do, when to do it. That's when you become wise. Knowledge is nothing without wisdom. You can know all of the things in the world, but you don't know what to do with this stuff that you learn, and you don't know how to process this stuff correctly. That's when you fail to be wise and you lack knowledge. I mean, you lack wisdom. This school system teaches you how to follow, how to absorb, but not how to think for yourself. Like the girl was saying, and she said it perfectly. And I'm gonna end this pretty shortly and pretty soon. You have the power to think for yourself. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. We've been taught how to be taught, but it's time to start switching it up and being accountable on what we accept as teachings of life. Ideologies, religions, whatever it is. It's time to start asking real questions. Like, is this serving me? Some people grow up in the cults. They know something's not right about the practices their families doing, their friends are doing, but yet and still they choose to obey and continuously follow that path. That's not using your mind. And then when you're dealing with certain things that's not aligning with who you desire to be, who you want to be, this path is a lonely path. But this path is for those who are courageous to use their mind. Those who choose to use their mind will be persecuted. Those who follow Christ is the same. He was persecuted because he was choosing to think differently and use his mind and not be corrupted with the world and to follow this world into a deadly place and a place of regret. The world is full of miserable, mischievous activity. What they say, oh, that was a fishy area. It's too late now. We got playing my PNB. They be keeping with the connection, so I'm like, it is what it is. I smoke. I keep it up here. I'm trying to do a segment. They don't really like the music they're playing, but if y'all not play with the commercials, then it's moving. And I realized with that being happening, they ain't been tripping about the youth in the background. Because what can you do? Or what can I do, right? Can't do nothing about it. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm about to do. This what I mean about vibes. Like I'm not gonna be. I do love rap, but I just get a little bit to get that about the system, right? Then I'm back to this. This how I get my aggression. That I listen to some rap, like man, whatever. I feel like this right now, but let me start playing with the other stuff it out. I gotta make some calls too, and the good people keep mailing me about different little shit. There's so much going on, man. But I'm just taking it one day at a time, like trying to control what I can, whatever I can, and fuck it. I'm be alright. Learning how to let go of shit, I can't control everything. Even with these videos, like it's frustrating. The connections they building houses in the back. I don't know if they got something to do with they side of weirdos around here. A lot of good people too, though, nevertheless. But I pay attention. I don't really use logic as much. I feel I'm a very empathic person, so like, I just be feeling shit. I be knowing. How I know, I don't know, but I don't know. Feel it just inside. I trust another kid. I don't know, man. Like, it's like thinking, man. So, like, my mental health awareness and like, hold on. Just be basically like protecting my peace, my mental health, and just trusting in this journey I'm on, however it may turn out. Like well, I always say, I'm gonna stick with my boat, meaning my journey, my vision, my company, my team, right? Even if we having a bad year, like I'm not gonna just I'm on to something else, right? This what comes with it. Just like I was talking about with the markets, like if you went to any of the market stocks or cryptos, for those who actually become a whale and actually make big money, we don't run when you see a little red or we have a little resistance, right? Because we know this is what come with it. We come make it with big money. Also, it's a mindset thing, right? How can you be comfortable with $1 million and not be able to spend $1 million and still see it like penny pinching and stuff like that? Being in a hole, being able to be in during situations that looks terrible, that it seems like there's no end in sight. Dealing with suffering uncontrollably, not knowing what's next, not having any security, right? Only thing you moving on is faith. Faith that I had a vision and this vision is possible. And no matter how it turns out, I know that it's going to be my experience, it's going to be my resistance and resilience. I mean, having resilience and being persistent, continuously trying and giving it your best effort, giving it your all, and not half-assing it, and not making up excuses That was kind of weird. But yeah, I be just seeing a lot of stuff, testing my patience. It ain't me, but I'm aware of it. Like, okay, this something testing my patience. How do I respond? How to react? Do I give it any energy? Do I give it any attention? Those are thoughts that I have. Those are moments that I have to choose to make a choice. Because I could just be like, all right, what I'm saying don't matter. How I feel don't matter. Irritated, yeah. But when you know you're doing the right thing, it's gonna be little signs and symbols like that. Like, yeah, these are those moments where I was talking about yesterday when you just that close to reaching your goal or hitting that goal. Spend a little more energy just going again, having that second win. Like, I'm gonna push my message out no matter what demon and no matter what opposition. That's where op come from. Anybody opposing your journey, your vision, to the ops. Gonna move on the ops. We're gonna keep moving forward, right? No matter what. By any means necessary. Mission gonna be complete. And that's just what it is. And my choice is to be patient. I don't say that it makes sense to just be enduring stuff. Like, sometimes you gotta hang stuff up and then come back. Sometimes you just gotta be like, all right, I'm gonna spend a little time looking at the situation differently, seeing how I can look at it and whatever, right? You have to learn how to analyze. This is the power of using your mind instead of being defeated. That's why I started this video off the way that I started it off. And to be thankful, right? That you are aware that you're present, you're taking this gift this day serious, and you're manifesting with it. Taking the signs and symbols, using it for your advantage to move in the direction that you desire to be in. Like I was saying, what I'm trying to do with this is important to me, no matter what demons, what opposition wanna, even with the connections, right? Like, a few months ago, I had no problems at all uploading, loading, whatever, right? Even with my 10 a.m. scheduling, like doing it, no problem. Now all of a sudden, I get calls, I get people, I get all the distractions, all of the bullshit, right? And this the type of stuff that come with chasing your dreams. Like, people might not understand it, people might not support it, people might not even see, but nevertheless, you on your journey, whether it's with or without people. But yet and still on your path, here go the same people in the way, or different people and different opportunities for different stuff to throw you off your path, right? To make you really be like, oh, do I keep going with this or whatever, right? My goal is to get monetized on YouTube, to push my YouTube, to grow my YouTube. That was the goal for this year. I'm almost done with that 52-week goal so that I can analyze this year, see what I've been doing, what to do better, how to do it different, or what to keep doing if there's no problems. Even trying to do that, you have distractions, you have a whole bunch of stuff, right? That'll throw you off your goal. But the marathon continues every 90 day, a new 90-day challenge, just to remind myself that this is the goal. Do I sit here and not be mindful of what I want for myself and not to make that happen, not to take time and effort and put energy into manifesting these things? Sitting around praying on it is nice and cool, but if I don't actively do what I should be doing, I'm not going to get there. And that's just real, right? And I know that. I could keep praying every day all year, the same way that I could be praying and also making these videos and also adjusting the way that I do it and go through the distractions that I get through and, do what I got to do, right? Like I said, by any means necessary. So this is what it looks like chasing your goals beyond what it looks like for anyone else. Success is me doing what I say I'm going to do, and when I'm done with it, that's success. No matter if I say I'm going to smoke this blunt and I'm not going to stop, and once I'm done, I'm successful because I've done what I said I'm going to do and what I set out to do. Success can be small as you make it, or it could be as big as you want it, but nevertheless, success is what you make it, and you can be successful, is what I'm saying. If you use your mind and cut out the distractions and you start to take action, put down the things that make you procrastinate. Major things is like cigarettes, smoking, drinking, an unhealthy diet, not guarding your mind. And I also put out blogs for tips and tools to manage stress and anxiety 7 days a week. different things that you can do to empower your mind. But like I say, you can grab that in a blueprint below. I sent it out. Just sent out a newsletter yesterday, like 12/12, and another one like 7 p.m. 600 Central Time, 7 p.m. 6 Central. Also, I dropped a blog with that as well. I'm going to drop another one today before 12 noon about mental health awareness, giving you more tips and tools how to manage it. And yeah, 7-day actionable tips and tools. You guys can get that for free as well through the newsletter. I have that link in there, and also everything else that Team Angie has going on for this in year season, this autumn season. I mean, this solar season. It's winter coming up. Also autumn. Yeah, Thanksgiving. This is the last of the fall season before we move into December, the winter or whatever. Right. Um, I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for. uh, it's so much. But I'm thankful for our connections, like people I connect with, people that connect with me. I always think about different people that I connect with. Ever since I was aware, the first awareness that I had was of people being aware of me. And when I was aware of that, that was so special to me. As a young child, that was the first thing I was aware of, that, oh, I'm waving to people, people notice me. I'm not just here being neglected, being ignored, not knowing how to talk, not knowing how to walk, not knowing how to express myself. I felt like incompetent. I felt um, unpowered. I felt invisible for the longest time. I started walking, felt love, start connecting with people, and that was special to me. I was aware that people was aware of me for the first time. And my mom told me, like, don't be waving everybody, don't be in everybody's face. Because I wasn't aware of the dangers of people, the evils of people at that time. Not aware that I could get snatched up. That was my first my first special gift of God, and that's what I'm grateful for. That's what I'm thankful for. Being able to connect with people in different ways. They cross my path and they help me become a better person. They change the way that I view things. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for those people that I connected with. That I'm not thankful for the connection that this internet connection is not connected with me. It's steady buffering, whatever. Right? I'm not happy about that. I'm irritated a little bit. But yeah, that's what I'm thankful for. Being able to connect with people like you. That's what Team Angie is here for. For like-minded individuals who want to be empowered mentally and emotionally, and also be mentored to making high-income earning skills. Being able to use those skills to turn your passions into profit. Not chasing after money, not chasing after the next come up, but actually doing the things that you love to do and making a profit off of it. Not because you need money, but because it's something that you can do and enjoy yourself, and it's something that brings you revenue in return. Just like the gift that keeps giving of love, right? You can share a smile and get a smile back. It's free. Doesn't take much but a few little muscles of your cheek, probably like 5 pounds of muscle to pull up your cheeks and smile. Things like that, right? That's what life is about to me. That's what I'm thankful for. Not being a slave to the material things of this world, not being a slave to my circumstances, and not being a slave to people's opinion. You know, fuck what you think about me, and that's with all love in a godly way as well, too, right? But anyway, peace and blessings from Team Angie. Happy Monday, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Team Angie LC. You can be helping me grow and achieve my goals of this year. That's all that I ask for you is free. Subscribe, and also if you want to do a little bit more to support me, you can share my video. Really love and appreciate that. Come join my Team Angie. Become one of the members of people that think for themselves, think of themselves highly, and also who like to be blessed to bless others. We are here making a legacy, leaving a legacy, and that's what this is all about and why Team Angie was created. To let you know you don't have to suffer in silence, nor do you have to suffer alone. And we equipping people to have the tools necessary and needed to battle mental health awareness, to be empowered, to know that dreams do come true, how you feel do matter, and join a community of people who are like-minded individuals who don't mind talking about how we feel, who is changing the narrative of mental health awareness and what mental health looks like for people like me or people like you. I'm not always happy, but it's okay. I'm not always at my best, but that's okay. And I'm here to let you guys know that's okay. But we're not staying in that position. We don't stay in that. We recognize it. We see where it's coming from. We get down to the roots, just like weeds in your yard. You got to get down in there and you got to pull it out and you knock it off. And you focus on maintaining the better things of life, right? So that's what we do over here. That's what we're all about. And that's why I always put out positive vibes and energy, because we're not energy drainers. We're here to empower you and for you to be empowered to be able to empower others. We don't deal with energy drainers and people like that, right? We like to be reciprocating in what we do and lead by example. That's why we always enjoy peace in his presence, because we are those people, the light of the world, and we want to let people know that you don't have to suffer in silence and that you have the power to change your situation at any given time. But peace and blessings from Team Angie. Happy Monday. Feliz Lunes.